Hi, it's Josie, and today I'd like to explain to you some exercises that I found really helped me with my timing and feel. So they're exercises for the horses, obviously, but I found that they were very valuable for me to work out my own timing and feel. The first thing I want to talk to you about is the way you hold the rein. You can do these with a halter and a rope, but I'm choosing to do it in a bridle with a bit, or you can do bitless as well if that's what you like. No problem there. If you are on the left-hand side of your horse, you hold your rein with your left hand, as you would if you were sitting on his back. If you're on the right-hand side of your horse, you hold your rein with your right hand. Now, even if I'm holding a lead rope, I hold it as if I was actually sitting on my horse riding him. So if you have to in the beginning to get this right, this is what I honestly used to do. I would turn around and hold the rein. So you know the rein goes between your little finger and your ring finger. So I would sit here and hold it and put it through there, that way, and then I would come back around. But now I can just actually pick it up and it feels natural. Like any habit, you have to practice it to do it. I don't know if you were the best model for this spider because he likes to fiddle with his mouth. So if you have to, just come this way. Think about sitting on your horse and hold your rein. So I do this exercise with my reins over my horse's neck because I'm actually holding on quite close to the bit. So remember what I said, if you're on the left-hand side of your horse, you use your left hand on the rein. Your horse needs to understand to give to pressure to do these exercises correctly. So to give to pressure like that, to back up, and to come forward off the rein. If not, if yours doesn't understand that, just look up here and I'll link a video. Go and look at that one first and then get your horse doing that well and then come back to this one. Otherwise you might end up in a pickle, you may not. You can go ahead and try. It's all learning anyway, isn't it? So the aim of this particular exercise is to work on your accuracy with your horse. So I want you to draw a half circle around yourself about, 50 centimetres, 80 centimetres, 2 foot out. Now your horse is not allowed to step within that circle. Don't miss drawing this circle, please. This is part of the exercise to help you with your accuracy. So he has to go around from one side to the other, not stepping within that circle. You are not allowed to step out of it. So in the beginning, I used to allow myself when I got stuck to have 1 foot out, but 1 foot was always in. Now, because he's going this way, straight off of the bat, I will be using my right hand on the right rein. And then it's just an exercise of tapping him with the whip until he moves. In the beginning, if you haven't done any of this with your horse, don't care if he moves backwards, sideways. Remember, we want him to go around us, so we want the sideways movement first. So if he goes back and sideways, just reward the horse. You have to do little steps. Nobody's perfect in the beginning and neither is your horse. My horses have done this exercise before, but I will be honest and say it's been some time since they've done it. The other thing I would like to point out there is because I teach these exercises to my horses and then I use them in everyday handling of them. I don't keep drilling them. I think that's why horses get very cranky with groundwork, because people just drill them in the same pattern over and over. And if I was to say to you 1 + 1 is, you go 2, 1 + 1, 1 + 1, and that's all we ever do and we never build on that, then you would get frustrated too. So right rein, moving to the right. Right hand on the rein, up near the bit. Remember that the horse learns from the release of the pressure. So I am going to take my hand out and sideways, so his nose is a bit that way, and now I'm going to tap him with my whip and I'll go tap, 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 and I'll stop when I stop, so hopefully you can see. So tap, tap, stop. I don't care. So he did 1 step. 1 step's good enough. Now I'll try another one. You ready? And the front end here, I do absolutely nothing with the rein if he moves around. I'm not leaning on it. You have to try and be like that fence post. If this fence post here was holding his rein, it wouldn't be leaning. There'd be no pressure unless he put the pressure on it. So it's just sitting here a bit like this in the midair. What it's there for is if he comes to come forward, I will actually use a bit of backwards pressure but keep him moving. I hope that makes sense. So we're going to go that way again. So right hand on the right rein, and I'm not allowed to come out of my circle. His feet aren't allowed to come in. Push him that way with his nose and go tap, tap, stop. Now I'm going to make him take a couple of steps. Tap, 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 stop. I've slowed him down with the inside rein, then my right rein, because I want his haunches to go out. Tap, 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 tap. Stop. Sorry, I wasn't quick enough to tell you stop. I'm concentrating now. So I just want the haunches to move, so I'm keeping him here with his with the rein. I'm not holding it, but as he goes to move that way, I just do a little correction. Tap, tap, tap. So we've set him up with the fence behind us because we're just doing half circle, much easier for him. So now we'll go back the other way. So left hand on the left rein because I'm working on the left hand side of my horse. Nose will go that way a little bit and I will go tap, 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 stop. And I've just held on to the rein a little bit there to slow the front feet down but allowed the back feet to keep moving. Tap, 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 good boy. So see if I can show you that here. Tap, tap, tap. So slow the front, but the back can keep moving. If he was to come in and crowd me, I would push him back, but keep him moving that way. I'll just try this way and see if you can see what my hand's doing. It might make a little bit more sense. So I'm going to move him that way. I'm going to put my little half circle in the sand and pretend that the fence is behind me. So I'm moving him, I'm playing with the left hand side, so left hand on the left rein. And if you can watch this hand here, I will just say tap, tap with my, when I'm tapping with the whip, but I want you to watch what I do with my left hand to control the front feet. So the whip controls the back feet, tap, 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 tap. Hold it, yep, good boy. So you might have, go back and watch that bit. I just almost said whoa with the front, tap, tap, tap. Wall with the front, tap, 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 wall with the front. This moves on to another exercise where you need to actually get this down. So I'm turning him around, right hand, right rein, nose that way, tap, tap. Not slowing the front down and he stepped in. I don't know if you saw that, but he stepped towards me. So I actually asked him to go backwards. And if you've got some momentum going that way and you let go of the back, like the whip, the momentum will keep going and he'll keep swinging. So let's see if he'll go again. Tap, tap, tap. Good boy. Tap, 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 tap. Good boy. Slow the front there. See, I've got the front and he's leaning, but I'm just being the fence post. Good boy. I want him to go a bit more around. Good. Stop there. So that's a very good exercise just to help you and your horse get some timing and feel. It probably, the clock face one, which I'll do next, is probably the exercise that taught me the most about timing and feel.